So Instagram, let's talk about Instagram. So what's really Instagram? It's a way for you to display your business, just like you do on Facebook.
Sorry, I mean, Erica is stuck in the waiting room. Can you help her getting in?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm here. Oh, you're there. Hi, Erica. Sorry, I just got you there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but Michelle is joining, and
I'm sorry.
Dan as well, so that's good. Right. So the thing about we've covered it briefly, and the thing about Instagram versus Facebook is that it's very much driven by the visual and less by the text, or I want to say content, but visual is content as well, but it's less driven by text. And that's why I really think Andrea's question is very important in terms of what are you, when you're creating your Instagram, what are you really trying to achieve? Are you trying to look really fantastic and inspire your shoppers, or are you trying to build a brand for the store? Or are you trying to build a brand for you, which is something that I would definitely consider for many of you that have extremely strong personalities and visual, and you're very, you're very inspiring with the way you dress. So that as well. So what is the goal of Instagram? So let's think about it as we go through this presentation. So just to cover the basics, and I know many of you know this already, just the language of Instagram, okay? Just so that we're on the same page very quickly. A tag is the name of the account, and it has the @ before. It means you're kind of like tapping someone on the shoulder and saying, hey, you, I want to, I mentioned you here, I want to talk to you, come see this. Whenever you're tagging someone, either on the post itself or on a comment, it's like you're calling someone to say, hey, have a look at this, okay? So that's the tag. The hashtag is a way to label a post so it can be found by those who are interested in the topic, or to try to create some sort of a campaign or trend. As a very, very famous hashtag is advanced style. Let me try and I'm gonna experiment live here. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna try something on for myself. I hope Zoom is not gonna explode. Okay, great. It did not explode. All right. So advanced style is a very, very, very relevant and famous hashtag for our community. It has only 174,000 posts, and as you can see, it's just oozing of style for a very specific type of customer. It could be that this is not your customer. It could be that you have other customers as well. But this is one of the main customers that we all have identified. So advanced style, and whenever you tag your post with that, it's going to show up in this feed. Now, how does the feed determine what to show first? First shows whatever got a lot of comments, likes, and engagements, and then the ones that are less popular. The cool thing about it is that it also shows related hashtags as well. So every time you found a successful hashtag that is working for you, it's really worth testing the other hashtags that are mentioned, and testing meaning putting them on your post and seeing if it brings more engagement. And I'll talk about hashtags in detail in a second. So this is hashtags. Stories are the posts that show at the top of the panel for when you first open your Instagram. And I'm going to jump very quickly for one slide here just to show these little ones that are here at the highlights. We can see Andrea as well. And the ones that are showing at the top of the panel here when you just open them. And they're extremely important, mainly because they drive a lot of traffic, and I'm gonna focus on them as well. But these are the stories. In IGTV is Instagram TV. It's like it's the YouTube of Instagram in a way, which allows you to provide long form content on Instagram. And that's the short of the language. So let's deep dive into hashtags. But before we do that, I just wanted to show you two extremely different and successful in their own ways accounts that I always like to check out. Kate Spade, I think I've mentioned that brand in the past, and that's just really because they're doing a very good job telling their story. Of course, they have a team of 50,000 people, and it's hard to replicate, but it's good to kind of see what you like and what works and what you think that you can do yourself, and what are the trends on Instagram. So if we look at the page, and the web Instagram is different from the phone version. So there are some features that you will not see on the web. If you look at it, it has the logo, which is very clear and clear to the eye. The name of the account. This blue V here marks that it's a verified account. It means that this is the Kate Spade formal account, and your account, not all of yours, but and there's some issues with that we'll touch on. You can get verified as well, and to be verified just gives like an extra boost to the channel, because it tells Instagram it's a formal one. It's not just some person trying to do something. The follow, and then how many posts they've posted so far, how many people are following them, how many people they're following, and of course the popularity ratio is also a lot of people follow you and you don't follow many people, but it's a part of the reputation play, and you don't have to play it. It's just one more thing in the social game. The description is so important. Okay, it's so important. Who we are is intertwined with who you are. You don't necessarily need to resonate with what they're saying, but when you write who you are, then really think about what are you to your customers. You know, what are the common themes and common interests that are uniting you and that will make them identify with you and want to follow you when they're seeing your account. And here at the top, you'll see highlights, which is the stories brought into like sections. So you can think about it as scrapbooks online. So we'll talk about it on stories, but stories are 24, they're short-lived. They're only for 24 hours. And then they disappear. They're not like the rest of the posts that show on this page, but you can collect them into some sort of an album under a topic. And when we talk about our industry of fashion and retail, it can be tops and pants and jackets and sweaters, or it can be simply Janway, Olympica, Brainwalker. All right. So, or it can be, from pictures from the event that you just did in the store, or from the Zoom that you had together. It can be many things, but it's like a topic that puts together all the stories. I hope I made sense.
What's that like .shop me / has Kate Spade up on top?
Like Shop Me, I don't know that service, but that specific one. But to me, it's I guess it's a service that encourages shopping. Anyone on the call that knows about the service? There are many services that encourage shopping because the main problem of it's basically link building. What we use is something else that is called link in bio, and it does more or less the same thing. It allows you to shop the products directly from the posts, meaning because you cannot link the posts, the specific post, you cannot link the specific posts. You need to build links in some way. So there are different artificial ways to do that. We're going to cover one of them on Thursday through the service that we're using, which is later.com. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use other services. I'm just saying this is the specific one that we're using. And what it does is that whenever you click on a post, for every post, there is a related link. You know what, let's try Kate Spade just to see that specific service. Okay, by the way, it doesn't mean that it's not working. It just means that there's a technical hiccup on Instagram, and that there are a lot of people right now trying to check it. But
the message says it links the products from their website from certain posts on their page.
Right, so you can actually shop in a different way, and we will show you on later Thursday how it's actually done. But I hope you got the idea. It's basically allowing you to put links on a post, and for someone, if I see this dog and I like the dog and I want to buy the dog, then it say shop through our link in bio, which is like shop.me. And then when I go to this, I'm supposed to see the dog and then click the dog, and then it takes me to a product page that allows me to buy the dog. If it makes sense.
Leah saying, we have our cuddle link to our Instagram shop, and that allows us to tag specific items.
We have a link to our?
We have our catalog linked to our Instagram shop, and that allows us to tag specific items.
Right. So that goes through. Leah, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, by having the shop linked, when I make a post with an image, a photograph, and in that photograph, the model is wearing an Alambika top or a pair of sunglasses or a bracelet, or maybe she's wearing all three things. As I go through the steps to actually publish that post, there is a moment where you can tag those items. And since our catalog is linked.
That's it's true, but it's a separate feature to what we just saw. Okay. That's another way of doing it. So what we just saw, I want to show it to you on my phone. Okay. What we just saw, because it's not opening, but just imagine it opens up to a whole new, I'm going to find a good example, and I'm going to share it with you of what link in bio is. But let me go to Kate Spade. Linking the products is separate, and that is possible if you have a store online. But that is, again, separate. So she's offering two ways on a post to buy the products. One is that, oh, you know what? Might be able to open on my phone. Yes.
What did you press?
All right, so I clicked on the shop.me. This is what I'm seeing. All right, and that's the story. It basically mimics the posts, and then it tells me which items are on each image. And then I say, oh, okay, I really like that bag. Oh, okay. So that's one way to shop through the link that is on your bio. The other way is, I don't know if you see that tiny
I don't
little
think
bag.
the dog's for sale.
If you see that tiny little handbag right at the top of the dog's.
Or the scarf.
Yeah, do you see it? It means that this is a linked post that has a product in it. I click on that. I clicked on the post, and then it says view products. Do you see my screen, by the way? I'll stop share. Do you see my screen?
No.
I mean, my own, just me.
Go to the middle, Aline.
I think I'll do this,
Yeah.
and I'll
Oh,
do
no.
this. Do you see me? Do you see me now? Yep. Okay. So did you see my previous demonstration of the bio? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So now I'm clicking on the actual post, the little doggy, and then it says view products. I clicked on the view products. This is the product that is actually linked through the post. Okay. And then I click on that. It shows me the actual product, and the information that shows here is whatever I put on Shopify /Wix /WordPress / Lightspeed and so on and so forth. So you don't need to recreate it. Whatever you created on Shopify, Wix, your e-commerce store is cascaded here. And then I click view on website, and I shop on the website. I will say that Instagram are allowing a handful of brands, not Kate Spade yet, so specific brands to shop on Instagram. So we're getting there. So in a month or 3 or a year, people will be able to shop on Instagram itself and not go to the website to shop.
Aline, there's a question from Andrea. Is there a different benefit to using the link.bio as well as tagging the actual product?
Absolutely, because you want to give as many options as possible for your shoppers to buy. Some people don't see the handbag. Some people miss it. Some people are used to the link in bio or like Shop Me, or there are a million of services that do that. And you know, for you, Erica, some people will click on the product, and you know, it might be that for Andrea, some people will click on the link in bio. You just need to, that's what we're saying, that you need to constantly monitor and see what's working and what are people doing in your store and in your account and what they're responding to, and you build on that. But I would definitely say offer both options. Let's continue with our Kate Spade journey. Right. So right below the stories, and as you can see, the brand is heavily relying on hashtags from the stories. At the bottom of this, you see the posts, which is the feed, which is whatever you choose to display. Instagram TV is next. So these are the different videos that they're offering, long form videos. And tagged is whoever tagged Kate Spade, and whoever tagged Kate Spade. So say that I'm wearing a Kate Spade top and I tagged her, that account, and now I'm showing on this feed. What's missing from here is the shopping store, which is only available again on the phone. And let's see the phone view. And if you prefer, you can also open it on your phones and have a closer look. But if you can see, I've opened the Kate Spade account, and you can see the small little handbag here. This is the shopping icon for shopping. So when I click on that, I see all of the products that have been recently added to her collection. That's the order. Whatever's recently added.
Really important for our health. We don't need to worry about
Okay. All right, continue sharing. So after we looked at an account of a really tiny brand like Kate Spade, I want to show you the boutique that I like, that I shop from in Hoboken, and I still shop from them even though I'm 45 minutes away. So they're doing something good. This is Pepper and Parlor. They only have 2,000 followers, but I don't know if they need, you know, to have 1 million followers. They just need to have the right followers. And you can see the purple circle here basically represents that they have a story that is active. So if I click on that, I can see their story. Let's see. Hey there, Tuesday, shop our window, because they're closed, of course.
Now we see where you shop, Aline.
So they're, you know, highlighting the different brands.
Wow.
They're showing it from the outside.
Wow.
And he's at the shop for shipping, pickup, photos, questions, show
Wow.
up, highlighting a product.
Wow.
Of course, around 70% of what's in this store doesn't fit me. But that's a different story. But you can see the content that they're creating. And the reason why they're doing live is because live is the strategy to push all of your content to your followers. After that, they kind of use a different technique to include different fonts in the description. And it's a nice play on style. And I really like it because it shows that they're, you know, versatile. They're looking for playfulness. Styling Hoboken since 1995. Shop at link. And then they have, you know, this one, planoi.com, which is the same thing as Shop Me, Kate Spade, which is the same thing as link in bio that we will show you. They did a nice job marking their stories, so it's all unified. Usually when you create stories, it shows the first slide that you choose, and we will show you how to get to that, or you can, when you do your course, you will see how you choose the story and you collect it into a scrapbook. But, you know, doing this is really nice because it gives some sort of unity to the brands. And you know, you can look at our channels and see how we're doing it as well. It's just a suggestion, of course.
Can you let Leah in? She's in the waiting room. I'm sorry.
I don't see anyone in the waiting room.
Oh, she just texted that
Oh,
she's.
yes. I see. I didn't get a notification on that. So
sorry.
yeah, of course.
Might
did
your
a-
stories be like your brands?
Sorry?
Might your stories be like your brands? Like one of the stories in Alabica, one of them be a.
Yeah, absolutely. And the nice thing, they did it like they tried to find funny content to promote. So they did like this flirting game with their UPS guy, and that's a part of their stories. It has, you know, it relates.
Andrew's going to give us hints
Hold
about
on.
the baby
I
pen.
think here. All right. I've just had to mute everyone because I heard a background noise, but if you have a question, of course, feel free to ask. So, you know, this UPS thing here the UPS highlight shows you that it doesn't have to be about the clothes. You can just play around with different things. I mean, it could be that your followers, it could be that you find out that, you know, 20% of your shoppers are really into cats. You know, they really like cats. So you do something about cats. It's a fun thing to do. All right, so let's scroll down. They're using a specific design to kind of give those different sizes to the posts. And whenever Mark joins us for the conversation, Mark, our creative team, joins us, he can talk about how to do different layouts. This is the owner, Anne, and she's posing here with the different merchandise. As you can see, not everything is about the clothes. This is just, you know, a general picture, and let's see what she's talking about. Let's see what she's saying. Okay. Yeah, she's talking about closing the store and what, you know, what it feels like. It's a very long post. I'm not going to read it now, but you're welcome to read it. There she is again, and she's highlighting the store. So she's cross-promoting. She's saying, how about you come to the store, and the online store is an option for you to buy. So it's a good way to cross-promote different channels. And that's why I really like it. So these are two accounts that I wanted to highlight before we continue our discussions. Any questions so far, by the way? All right. So let's talk about the technicalities a little bit. Let's go back to the technical.
Aline, I'm sorry, I was muted. There's a question from Farah. Can I read it to you?
Yeah.
The stories last 24 hours. How they keep those there for longer?
Put them in the highlights. So you, it's hard for me to show, to take you through the technical. I'll put a link on how to do it. It's like a 2-minute video on how to do it, but you go to your account, okay, all right, I'll do it. You go to your account and you'll see there's a plus here. You see? Right before the feed starts, there's a little plus. You click on that and it allows you to scroll. These are my kids, it's my personal account. So just to scroll through all the stories that I posted and then choose several, and you see the V checked. And then I just click on next at the top left, right, the other left. And then it creates a story. I'll just do it for the exercise. It says edit. It allows me to edit the cover, and what will allow you to create those unified images. So you can edit the cover. Okay, I'm gonna say life. I'm just gonna call it life. All right, and I'm gonna say click on add, top right, adding it, and you see it's been added as a highlight to my profile. So that's the technical way of doing it.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so I actually outsource my social media, hire someone to do it. We just hired someone the last 6 months, and she's in her early 20s because it just comes out of their pores. I sent her content, what I once said kind of thing, but she does the actual and hooking it up to the website, all that kind of stuff. The first thing she did with us said, get rid of the hashtags. It's just noise.
Well,
I'm confused.
great. So do you see my screen? Learn
Yeah.
how to use hashtags, include them in comments, and don't overload.
You mean not at the bottom after the post? Where they, like our people before were, that we had a million hashtags
Yeah,
at the bottom.
Listen, some people, if you look at some of the influencers in our industry, you'll see that they're using the maximum allowed, which is 30. And you can
In
look
one
at
post?
in one post, and it
30?
drives traffic. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I know something.
some brands prefer to kind of remain more elegant and clean, and that's fine too. So elegant way is to put it in your comment and not overload. It's one way. We actually put it in our posts. We're fine with it.
Right.
So,
yeah, I didn't like that she took them all away, but she did. But our engagement has gone up. So I was confused.
Perhaps the engagement has gone up for different things that she's doing because she's engaging with people or other stuff that she's doing. It doesn't have to. It's not a technical thing with the hashtags.
Gotcha.
The hashtags are for the elegance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, it's about it's like you don't want to bombard people with the same thing over and over again. But again, if you look at some of the leading people at the industry that are using it, it's working for them. It's not working for them from what we see. We've had them over to talk about things, and they mention those specific hashtags as generating traffic. Over
Awesome.
50, over 50 and stylish. But engagement has gone up and it's working, so great.
Well, no, maybe we just need to change them. So yeah, I'm taking notes diligently, and I was just confused with all that. Okay, thank you.
Aline, Gloria is saying that we have different demographic than the people who are leaders in social media who seem to be very young. It is ironic. You want to mention,
No, what do you mean? What about idiosyncratic? What about Iris? What about artful? Let's have a look. Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to look at the Kim Kardashians of the world, okay? That's not our, that's not what we're, that's not the role model. It's not The Rock and it's not the Kim Kardashian that have 300 million. I'm looking at this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is 36,000 okay number? I think it's okay, you know? Yeah, it's okay. And they're great, you know, look at them. Look at that, it's fantastic. They're not the only ones. Let's do Dale. You know, Dale. Look. So she's using it in her posts.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely changed. She's changed the ones that she was using more frequently. But that's what you need to do. You know, you need to reshuffle and change and use different ones.
I have a question.
Who else?
Ellen.
Yes.
So are you saying then that you hashtag these, or you do the ampersand sign and you know, put their title?
Ampersand is hashtag.
It is?
Yeah, that's yeah. The hashtags are the ampersand, you know? Yeah.
That's the hashtag.
Ampersand is an and.
But then you do the you know, the and like at.
Oh, the at is calling the, oh, so sorry, my mistake. So that's tapping someone on the shoulder.
Right.
That's like labeling someone. So it's
So,
like you're
and
telling someone,
and they come up.
and it's gonna show, here under tagged. So whenever you're tagging someone in your post, it is gonna show in their feed under tagged.
Okay.
Sorry, my mistake. Where were we? Yeah, there are plenty of you know, our audience that are here. And you know what? I just accidentally clicked on the list of followers, but you know, this is your audience.
Yep.
Everyone here that likes this style, these are your buyers. You know, you need to follow them and engage with them. And that's the, we'll touch it later, but that's the way to build followers.
Okay, can I ask some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Roni Rabl, for example, is it better to tag it or hashtag it?
Both.
And how do we determine which hashtags are working?
Well, I mean,
and others?
Yeah, so let me change my answer. Both. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to say to your audience, this is Roni Rabl, this is where, you know, this is my partner, or this is one of the businesses, then that's a good way. But people are going to see that, they're going to click on that, they're going to get to us. Whenever people are going to go to our account, your image is going to show there. So it depends on what's the need of it. All right. So that's why sometimes hashtagging a brand is a good way. Let's see this, you know, yeah. Kardashians. Oh my God. You can't escape. And look how many, oh my God, you know, Kate Spade. So you go to all of these and you will see your post there. So the reason why you want to hashtag with a brand is you want to get to people that are following that brand, and you want to show that you're also offering that brand. This is why you want to do it.
Are you with me, Erica? What about preset hashtags and tags we want to use every time?
What about?
What about preset the hashtags and tags to use?
What do you mean preset?
I thought I was told by a young woman that was helping me early on a couple of years ago that you can automatically have hashtag wow, hashtag style, hashtag women's fashion somehow preset. So every time you make a post, if those are your three that you always want to have, they're always included or includable.
Maybe in a specific software, but not that I know. Yeah, let's write it down.
Every time Dale makes a post, she has to do hashtags artful city style, hashtag advanced style, hashtag women over 60. Hashtag.
You can just cut and
software that we're
paste.
using, that is later.com, there's saved caption.
Okay.
So you create it, and when you click on that, you have like a list of saved caption, and it goes there.
Okay.
I don't know of a different way, but did I hear Mark?
Yes, you have. Hey, I just wanted to say regarding the use of hashtags and whether it is needed or not needed. There are many approaches for that. I think the main reason we use hashtags is for to put certain posts in what is so-called the archive of Instagram. So once you start foldering your pictures under certain hashtags, let's say it's advanced style, Alambika, GU, whatever brand or hashtag you're using, when someone is looking for this specific hashtag or clicking this specific hashtag, he will see your post as well. Right. So what we're basically doing is adding your post in the archive. I mean, some people would like to use it, some people would not like to use it. We use it because it gives more visibility to our posts. Whether it gives more engagement or not, there are different approaches for that. But it definitely serves as an extra field in which you can show your post in. So this never hurts.
Thank you.
Okay. Ali?
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you. I think we've covered the hashtags. The only thing I do want to say is that I really recommend that you find the 3-4 hashtags that are the ones that are marking whatever you're after, if it's a brand name or something like advanced style, which marks the community that you're after, and you follow it. And every time that it has a new post, it's going to come up in your feed, and you can see what other people are posting and what's showing there, and be in the know for that. So highly recommended to follow a hashtag. I just want to say something about the integration between Facebook and Instagram. So I mean, it's very important to know that they're owned by the same landlord. By the way, the same landlord also owns WhatsApp. So all the contacts that are Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp are synced, which is extremely scary. It's also, it's extremely scary to us, but to the new generation, it's not. A lot of people tell me that their kids, they don't even know what's privacy, so it's no longer an issue. And it's important to understand because it's, it infiltrates. So we're going to be less worried about it. And your audience, and the reason why I'm saying it is I'm saying it because you don't need to worry that your audience feels like you're following them or something like that. That's very customary to do what we're doing. And the reason why I'm saying that is that you can co-promote, co-post, sync followers, and do a lot of things from Facebook to Instagram and the other way around. And the technical way to do it is on this screen here. You go to your account, you click on the hamburger here on the top right, which brings this menu. You click on Discover Friends, which brings up this screen that says Discover Friends, connect to Facebook, connect to contacts, all the contacts on your phone. So if you have all, remember when we talked about creating your community list, a lot of you that have all your customers on your phone and you don't have their email, or you're like, oh my God, I'm going to start following them on Facebook. How am I going to do that? You're simply connecting and your Instagram crosses with your contacts, with your Facebook, only if you want to, you don't have to. And it allows you to follow the people that that are on your phone and Facebook. And I think that's huge for all of everyone who's asked me how to find followers and get more followers. This is the first thing that you need to do.
Aline?
Yep.
I don't know if it's right now. Leah is asking, you said something about later.com. I don't use that. Can you elaborate on it?
Right. So Leah, on Thursday, we're having a full-blown session on later.com. Later.com is a scheduling tool which allows you to schedule all of your posts on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. I'm not talking about Twitter. We said it's a text-based mechanism. You can use it if you want, but it basically allows you to schedule everything, to create saved text and save caption and save hashtags. It allows you to research for which hashtags you want to follow, and it allows you to organize the posts so that it looks really nice on the page together. So join us Thursday. We'll cover it. We'll cover everything in depth there. But bottom line, scheduling mechanism for posts.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Other ways to create followers on Instagram. Again, you don't need to have 1 million followers. You just need to have the right followers. And we already covered two very important ways to do that, which is connecting your Instagram to your phone and your Facebook, and to look at who's recommended. And people that are recommended are always people that other people that you're following are following as well. So it makes sense that they're relevant to you as well. Searching for key hashtags and influencer and looking, you know, and we just did that. So whoever liked advanced style probably is your audience because they're looking for that, or over 50, or Alambika, or simply, or Janway, or Zazen, or all of these. There's so many out there, and so much potential. I think this is exactly the thing, that there's so much out there and so much potential. Including Instagram in all of your email signature and store signage and the website, making sure that everyone that gets to your, and that's true for everything. Your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube needs to be everywhere. And you know, it's a cliche, but it's true. And if you're creating engaging content, then people watch it and they're, you know, sharing it with other people. So it's more important to do less posts that are really meaningful, rather than 3 posts a day that are nothing, that just one more brand picture. You know, not to say that it's not important to put brand pictures, but not without a personal voice from you. And that's what makes your account different from another account. There are other ways that maybe that Mark can address as we finish, as I finish the presentation. I think I've taken you through most of this. This is the Instagram business page. So that's something that I haven't mentioned, that it's really important. Your Instagram needs to be a business verified page, and not just a personal page. We had that discussion when we talked about Facebook, and actually here it's really preferred to be a business page rather than a personal page. There is some sort of trend of saying if it's a private page, then it gets more visibility. I have not experimented with that, but you're welcome to do it and share with us the results, because everything that is hidden is automatically much more attractive and alluring. Yes, insight is the only thing that I have not discussed, and it's very important because that's what we said. You will see, you know, you have all of these questions of saying, how do I know which hashtag worked and what didn't? And you know, when you get up in the morning and you're looking at your checklist and you're visiting your Facebook page and you're visiting your Facebook group and you're doing your Google search to see what you look like, you also open Instagram and you see, okay, I had those visits, that number of visits in the past few days. When you click on that, you can actually see the engagements for each post. How much did each post get? What was popular? What was not popular? So many times we think that something is popular and then it isn't. And something that we think is just like really meaningless is really, really, really popular. sometimes there would be a post that has many likes but not much engagement, and vice versa. So check your stats, and later.com has stats as well. So it's good to bear that in mind when we do the session on Thursday.
Aline, there's a question.
Mhm.
Is there a way to delete a post?
Yeah, you delete a post. But you know, there's no such thing as deleting in the internet. It removes everything. So the question is, when did you, when did you post it, and how much mileage it got? And as we know from politicians, they post something and then they regret and they delete it, but it's still in the news. So, but you just, when you go to, this is my post. It's like a sidewalk, and it's a rainbow on a sidewalk from yesterday's walk. I click on the 3 dots that are to the right, and it says delete.
Oh, good.
You can delete.
And Sherry's asking if you can show the business page again for a picture, the one that you had before.
There's no picture.
Here, this one.
Yeah.
Sherry, is that the one you need, Sherry? Yeah, she wants to take a picture of it. Okay.
I'm sending you the presentation, so don't worry. Okay, stories. We have a lovely Takar here. I wanted to show you stories, and I took this snapshot from the Roni Rabl account, and I just wanted to show you it's this section here on the homepage when you open it. So the first one that I see is always going to be my account, Roni Rabl account. And then the next one, they look kind of like a little bit like a record, which I like. And that says that they're doing live right now. And that's why they're showing first. So who's ever doing live is always going to show first. And that's another reason to do a live, even if it's for 5 minutes, because you get to the top of the queue. Again, stories are short-lived. They disappear after 24 hours. And that's why you may want to find a strategy. You don't want to annoy people and yourself and post every hour, but you may want to kind of post a story every few hours so that you keep going back to the top of the queue. All right. And it's, I really love stories. I think it's like a scrapbook for me. It's a really nice way to put together a little stories, and it's only going to grow. So everybody else, Pinterest and everyone's adding stories, because people really like that. It's a slightly more enhanced version of the post, the regular flat post, and it is really like a tiny story. So when you create it, think creatively. Show yourself and show how you're wearing the different garments and how it's stylized, and it's a great playful way to release your creativity.
Aline?
Yeah.
Yeah, a question from Robin. I'm just reading a question from Erica. When someone begins to follow me and I go to look at their account and it is private, how do I know if I want to follow them?
Or what do I do?
A lot of people follow you from the same reason that you're doing this right now. They want to generate business. So they follow you, and you go to the account, and if the profile picture and the name and the description give you signals of hot and heavy Vegas, I don't know, something that has nothing.
Yeah, I'm definitely following them.
Then, if you feel like it's phishing or something that is really weird, then don't follow them. But if it's someone just that looks okay, then you follow, and then you check it later on to see if it's kosher, and if it's kosher, great, and if it's not, then you unfollow. There's no harm in it.
All right, I can unfollow, I guess. I was gonna say, because then I'm just inundated. If they're just sort of nice ladies who are taking pictures of their grandkids and dachshunds, what do I need why do I need all
You
of
need
those
that. Of course you need that, Erica.
on my
Yes, it's your customer. It's their dog. It's their grandkid. What a beautiful dog. Such cute grandkids. How are you? Can I get the recipe for that beautiful strudel? You know, this is Erica.
my customers if I was selling online. Not my I'm not talking
No. Relationship is relationship. So you can still, relationship is relationship. So if you're engaging with them and you're showing interest, then, you know,
and I guess I'm not opening my store again because I'll be on Facebook and Instagram engaging with all of these nice ladies who don't really care about me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone asked about it 2 sessions ago or 3. I don't remember how much time. A lot. You know, building this is like a lot. It's just like,
well, I'm on it a lot, but
it's just like, well, are you? Yeah. Well, are you going to the Vegas ones?
Yeah.
But you know, but I'm just
address
saying,
that
this
situation.
is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's just like your own store branch. But I'm just saying, what an opportunity you have right now to invest all of this time with, you know, building like the good foundation so that later on, it never sails by itself, just like a store doesn't sail by itself, right? You just don't, it's not like you're opening a store and then it kind of like stands there and things happen, right? You need to, you know what hard work it is to generate sales in a brick and mortar store. Same thing.
Yes, Robin.
I want to say something to you, Erica. Hi, sweetheart.
No.
I have 3 stores. I actually have 4 now that we did the website. I have never been good on Instagram. I'm like the creative director. I can't get down into the minutia. I don't have the patience. So from day one in my marketing budget, which is really small, I pay someone $1,000 a month. She can do it on her time. I send her content. I send her my emails, which she then cleans up, proofreads. It is all off my plate. All I have to do is send her the creative content and what I want. You will not be able to run your store and run your social media. Because the other thing that we do before we had a website, if you see something on our Instagram, DM or call the store. That you're not going to have time to be posting it and fulfilling the orders. And you will get orders. Might be about shoes that you're wearing and you don't carry, but
great.
You know what I'm saying? Don't pretend you can do it all. You cannot. You know, your 6 days in New York at the shows, your Instagram and Facebook is going to suffer for that. But if you've got somebody, and honestly, $1,000 a month, you can get an intern from a college. It comes out of their pores. I don't care if she worked at 3 o'clock in the morning, as long as she gets my job done. It is such a great investment.
Yeah, absolutely. Aline, there are a few questions there.
Yeah.
Should I hold or?
I think I saw them. So I think someone asked how to post a story.
Yeah.
So to post it, this is, you know, when I open my Instagram, my personal one, I see Mark Garland. And I see, so this is what I see. And at the top left corner, so this is the story section. The first one is my account at the top left.
Can you do the screen, please, Aline?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see it now?
Yes, just go, to the middle, yeah. Yeah.
So, do you see the small camera? This is how you create a story. So, I'm gonna. I mean, it's almost 2 o'clock. But I will show you how to do it. You click on because it's fun. You click on that. You click on the story, and it opens up this. Hold on, I have a kid in distress.
Oh, he can do a story. You can do a story with Sahal.
I'll listen to it later. So it opens up the camera, okay? And then, so you can either take a picture of yourself or you click at the bottom. It pulls out all of your pictures. And then you can just, click on a picture, pick a picture, and then send to, And then you see here at the bottom, there's a Facebook and my logo. You click on that and it adds it to my story. So you see that my story now has like a circle around it. It means there's a story active. When I click on that, it's the tree. It's a little hard to show it. I hope that you got the kind of like the basics of it, but that's why it's really important to do the course, because it just shows you how to do it step by step, and you can practice. You can delete a story. If you did something that you don't want to, you're like, I just showed the Vegas picture. There's the 3 dots, bottom right. Hold on, where is it? And delete.
Delete.
Okay.
And Aline, can you say more about the hamburger? Where is that?
Oh, the hamburger. Every time you see 3 lines, that's the hamburger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yael. I wasn't going to ask, but I wasn't finding a hamburger anywhere.
It's called every time you see 3 lines, it's called a hamburger.
Okay.
Someone's asking, my personal page and my business page are crossing. What do I do? I'm gonna hold this for Mark for the end of the call. Though, what do you mean? You mean you're posting? Do you mean you're posting personal stuff as well as the store? Is that what you mean? If you can expand on that. As for tagging customers, no, don't tag customers. Only if you take a picture of them at the store and you're asking for their consent and they're good with it, then you can do it. But otherwise, I would not tag them. Yeah, I wouldn't tag them. All right, for privacy. Let's continue. All right. Okay, so Instagram Live, I think we talked about it in depth in the first session. If you've missed it, it's available on our Instagram TV, on YouTube, and on Facebook page, the Roni Rabl Facebook page and the Roni Rabl community. If you're not part of the Roni Rabl community, it's a Facebook group, a private and confidential, and you can join that group. It's linked on all of our emails, and if you still don't know where to find it, just email me, aline@ronirabl.com, and I will send it to you. All right. So Instagram TV is the way that Instagram allows you to create content that is longer than 1 minute, 10 minutes, up to an hour, and post it on your channel. It's currently, I believe, a separate application that you can connect with your Instagram, and it allows you to create, again, it allows you to do like a long session. For instance, what we're doing here right now is going to show on the Roni Rabl Instagram TV. Because it's a long form content that is extremely useful for the larger population of the Roni Rabl followers. Same thing with you. You can create a weekly styling show, of course. That's like on your ABC list. Each of you must do that. And the beauty of it is that each of you will have a completely different show. Even if you use the same items, because you have different personalities and you have different styling and you have different energy, and that's what makes your account more for someone to connect with it more than another one. That's the thing. Personality. With Instagram TV, just like the rest of Instagram, consistency is key. Oops. I just did this. Consistency is key. And Instagram TV allows you to create a series. So you can say every Friday, 10 a.m., it's the, the Erica show, or the Sophia show, or Robin show, or whoever you think, likes it and enjoys it. It's really important, of course, for the person to practice in front of camera and feel comfortable and enjoy. And believe me, nobody feels comfortable with the camera on the get-go. We'll have a separate session about TV and about TV, about video. We'll have a separate session about radios. We'll have a separate session about how to create a video, and I will address all of how to do a perfect video on a $100 budget. And you do need a little bit to invest with lighting and all. I think I'm babbling now. So it's, whatever you're creating, long form content, upload it to Instagram TV as well as YouTube, of course, and vice versa. All right. So after we've covered the technicalities, what are you actually going to talk about? All right. So we covered styling, that's of course, but the success of Instagram, as well as any kind of social platform, is about what brings, your customers together and with you. All right. Who are they? What's in common? Who did they want? What do they want to be? How do they want to dress? What's their style? What is interesting for them? What's engaging them? What do they need that you can give them? And I think there's so many inspirations out there that you can look to see. And I think we've covered some of those. Iris Apple and Advanced Style, that is a hashtag as well as an account. And it's idiosyncratic, and it's Dale. And it's just, it's especially in times like this, it's just uplifting the spirit. And going back to the cats and dogs and grandkids and kids and stuff that doesn't really specifically pertain to how to dress up, this is life, and you may be able to identify that a lot of your clients actually have cats, or they're have a specific health and wellness interest that you can talk about. So focus on that. And I wanted to show you, before we get into the Q&A, I wanted to show you extremely successful 4 Instagram accounts of small businesses. All right. So the first one is Pura Vida Bracelets. Bracelets. Okay. It's bracelets. Almost 2 million followers. A business in Costa Rica. All right. Small business, but not so small. And just look at it. I'm just thinking, what can you say about bracelets? How many posts can you have about bracelets? It's one topic. Apparently, a lot. Apparently a lot. And look at the color scheme. Look at the topics. Look at the feel good vibe. It's a younger one, I know, but it doesn't. Look at the product and the versatility of how to talk about such a limited product in so many ways, and in such beautiful editing. And again, I think once you feel comfortable with Instagram, it will really unleash a lot of creativity that all of you have. All of you are into coloring and to the colors and how they work together, and how to create something that really looks beautiful and engaging. The second bit, you see, they have a link tree. It's the same thing as all of the other ones. This is a brewing company. It's, again, a lot of followers. As you can see, they have a story going on, all of the highlights. They focus on these topics: music, ocean. It doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily around the beverage. And look how nice they labeled the highlights. They used icons. They used caps with spacing. It's really, you can see that they've invested a lot of thinking and planning into it. And again, a lot of thinking, a lot of professional photography, which we'll talk about in a second, on whether it's necessary or not, especially for our business. But as you can see, it's a lot of engagement and really interesting. And the last one is this: Letterfolk creative and timeless modern goods. And again, the way they organize the stories, and how much can you talk about letters and stencils and what to do with it? Well, a lot. Just giving you a feel, right? 3 different accounts and a feel for what, you know, how can you play with it. And yeah, and I think that's it for me for now. And I want to now set the stage for you to ask your questions. And I would like Mark to join us for more input.